Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And visible also?
Visible also, ma'am.
Okay.
Madam, अभी 20 participants join case है. So
Okay.
we can wait for 2 to 3 minutes, and after that we can start, ma'am.
Okay, okay, no issue.
I will let you know, ma'am.
Okay.
I think we can start. So good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the participants joining us for day 20. And we are coming to the end of this the 21 days training program. Today's training program will largely focus on the team value additions and food processing in maize. And it's my pleasure to introduce our first distinguished speaker, Dr. Manju Bala, Principal Scientist and Head of Food Grain and Oilseed Processing Division of ICR, Shifet, Ludhiana. And Dr. Manju Bala, Madam, is an accomplished food scientist with expertise in grain processing, value additions, nutraceuticals, and post-harvest technologies. So, and her research work mainly focused on developing innovative maize-based food products and other post-harvest related value additions of any grain, cereals, and others, and promoting nutraceuticals applications, transferring processing technologies to support entrepreneurship and value additions. And today, Madam will deliver an expert talk on value addition in food, food product, nutraceuticals, and entrepreneurial opportunities. So with this introductions, I warmly invite Dr. Manju Bala, Madam, to deliver her lecture. Madam, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Roman, for a nice introduction. My screen is visible, I hope.
Yes, ma'am. मगर slide mode में कर दीजिए मैडम.
I have done it. Okay.
Okay.
Good evening to all. At the outset, I express my sincere thanks to the organizers, especially Director IAMR, Dr. Nachiket Kotwaliwale, Dr. Jat, Program Coordinator, and Dr. Roman for giving me this opportunity. and I also welcome you all in today's lecture. So the topic of my talk is value addition in maize. I will be discussing food products, nutraceutical and business opportunity in this area. As we all know that USA followed by China is the major producer of maize, and India is the fifth largest major maize producer. Productivity per hectare is 3.5 ton per hectare, which is quite less than the global, which is 6 ton per hectare. And the major maize producing state MP, Karnataka, Bihar, Maharashtra, Telangana, and West Bengal. And I think Telangana has the highest, even it has surpassed the world productivity record also. It is 7 ton per hectare. India has a strategic export advantage due to year-round production of maize, established seed system, low freight costs, and access to seaports. And we are also exporting maize. Last year, we exported 5.56 lakh million ton, and the major exports goes to Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Thailand. This crop in Punjab is considered as a cornerstone strategy for crop and diversification, and government is also giving some incentives to the farmer to support this kharif maize to encourage the shift from paddy. And the maize is rich in various nutrients, which we will be discussing in the next slides. So, although you must have gone through all the details of the types of maize, but I would just like to introduce that different kind of maize varieties are available, which can be used for diverse food product development. Popcorns, as we know, it has a unique kernel structure and expands when heated. Dent corn, it is used for animal feed, ethanol production. Flint hard outer shell, it is used for grit, cornmeal, and popcorn. Flurry corn, that is soft starch, it is ideal for baking and other products. Waxy corn is rich in almost 98% amylopectin, and it is used in starch-based products. Sweet corn, it is consumed it is consumed in the grain form, and Indian corn colored variety used for decoration and specialty foods. Coming to the maize kernel, different product. If we see the constituent of the maize kernel, we have hull part, which is about including tip cap 5 to 7%, and germ part it constitutes 11, and remaining 82 is the endosperm part. From endosperm part we get the starch and starch based products. From hull, bran is obtained, and the germ part we get the oil. So, if we talk about the maize-based products, we have a different categories. One is whole grain product, then is the products which are achieved through dry milling, and some products which we get from wet milling, and there are one kind of product, they are called nixtamalized products. So, we will be discussing one by one. So as you can see from the slide, whole grain maize products, popcorns, although we are commercially getting from the foreign companies, now IAMR is putting efforts to we can get on our plates like these kind of popcorns from Indian varieties, canned and fresh baby corns, which India is major producer as well as the exporter, frozen corns, roasted corn on the cob, which we are nowadays on the street here in this month, they are largely available in the market. So next category is through dry milling of maize. Dry milling involves cleaning, conditioning from 18 to 22% moisture, and for 15 to 30 minutes. Then is the degermination. Different degerminators are used and to separate the germ from the endosperm and hull part. And endosperm, it gives, from the endosperm we get grits and flour. So these are the major maize processing line. We need cleaner, destoner, damper, degerminator, then roller mill, plant sifter. Packing is done to different ingredient which we obtain from this process. So this I have shown just for the entrepreneur, what kind of machinery is being used for further processing of maize into flour. Process I have explained. Conditioned maize is degerminated using roller mill are used, planisifter are used, reduction is done. From this, using degermination, we get the germ part, and then through roller mills, maize flour, bran, and remaining feed part is obtained. So these are a few slide I have kept for some industry which in India is involved for processing equipment design and selling. Other products like flour, we get meal, polenta from the maize. Then whatever grit we have obtained, the grit can be of different size, coarse grit, medium grit, fine grit, and they have various application. Grit size vary from 1 to 6 mm, and based on the industrial application, we will see how they are used. Like maize grit is used for producing extruded puffed snacks, and the grit size 0.5 to 0.3 to 0.6 mm. In this case, extruder raw materials are conveyed through a screw inside a heated barrel, and pressure release at the die causes moisture flash off, resulting in expansion. So basic parameter which we control during the extrusion are the barrel temperature, screw speed, feed rate, and die design. So we get the high productivity through this machine, and energy efficient processing and novel kind of products from the maize can be obtained using this extruder. Another is corn flakes. Corn flakes are produced through traditional method, pressure cooking with some ingredient is done, and then delumping, drying after cooling and tempering. They are passed through the rollers to make the flakes, and then toasting at high temperature is done. Similarly, nowadays this process is also being done. Firstly, the material, actually the process requires gelatinization of starch to cook the starch. So extrusion is used to cook the starch in place of this pressure cooking, and then pellets by die extrusion and cutting, and then flakes using this heavy rollers are prepared, again toast and fortifying and packaging. Similar process follows. Then coming to the wet milling involves large quantity of water. Cleaned corn is steeped, that is soaked in water, and different ratios are taken. This steep water can be in certain cases when you need some nutrient which leach out in the water. It can be a final product also, but depending on the requirement of the industry, it is coarse ground, and then degermination. Germ part is removed, which is wet, and then dried to get the germ part, which can be used to extract oil. Then after degermination, the remaining part is ground, fine ground, and using centrifugal screens and centrifugation, fiber starch part is separated. Starch in the form of slurry, because it is a wet milling. It can be saccharification, and starch can be converted depending on the need into syrup refining. Different kind of which is used for further sweetener we will discuss. So wet milling, major part we get 66% of starch, corn oil very less 4%. Then are the gluten feed and the gluten meal, which are rich in protein part, and they go to the, these part go to the animal feed. These are the machinery which are involved in wet milling: maize steeping facility, mills, hydrocyclone, dryer, and different type of starch cookers. Now, during this processing, protein-rich meal can give us a zine, which is a very important part of protein isolated from corn. It has a property that it can make a biopolymers, and it is alcohol-soluble, biodegradable. It is being used for the making of it can has excellent oxygen and moisture barrier property, and can be used for coating of fruits, vegetable, and meat, and also make part of the some smart packaging material, and it is a grass category protein. Whatever cornstarch is you obtained through wet milling, that cornstarch can be used as such, or it can be hydrolyzed using liquefaction, using alpha amylase, and we can get dextrins, then saccharification, glucoamylase, glucose is produced, debranching. For debranching of the starch, different enzymes are used, and isomerase, glucose isomerase can convert ultimately whatever glucose we are getting from the starch, that can be converted into fructose. So different type of corn syrups, they are obtained from the industry: glucose, light corn, high maltose, high dextrose syrup. These syrup vary in their sucrose or the sweetness index. Normally, our table sugar has one index, and they are relatively having less sweetness. So can be used for different products. Majorly, they are used in candy, confectionery, hard candies, and some sports drinks and fermentation industry. High fructose corn syrup can be obtained from the glucose syrup, corn glucose syrup, and depending on the concentration of fructose in that syrup, it can be 42, 55, 90%. It is mostly used in foreign countries like US. It is used, and these are very relatively sweet in nature. Then corn starch can also be used to obtain maltodextrin. Maltodextrin, it is a form of sugar which is less branched than the starch. It is degraded by different enzymes, and the chains of the amylose are broken. And in case of maltodextrin, DE is the dextrose equivalent, which is less than 20. If we talk about starch, it is 0, and if case of glucose, dextrose equivalent is 100. So it is a little more than the dextrose, having less sweetness, but it has different property by which it can be used as a bulking agent, can be used as a carrier, can be used as a fat replacer, and encapsulating material, or for texture modification in certain food. Now, corn germ oil, it is very valuable oil. It has PUFA as well as MUFA. Olive and canola, after olive and canola are highest in MUFA. So depending on its fatty acid composition, it is considered as a good and pharmaceutically important. For some application can be used, but once it can be extracted using mechanical expression, but since the oil is very less, we have to go for the solvent extraction. Once the oil is extracted using solvent extraction, various for refining these processes as per other oils are refined is being done. Now, if we talk that all we should consume maize, but we should be aware that maize-based staple diets, they lack niacin, vitamin B3, and tryptophan, which is amino acid which is produced from a niacin. So consuming maize without proper processing can lead to niacin deficiency, causing pellagra. The symptoms are 4Ds: dermatitis, diarrhea, dementia, and if it is taken continuously and not treated, death may occur. So how we can prevent? We should be aware while taking any kind of products. First is biofortification. The Maize Institute, along with its team, have developed a quality protein maize rich in lysine and tryptophan. Traditional methods, nixtamalization, which we will be discussing later on, they also increase niacin bioavailability. Similarly, dietary diversification is recommended to include legume and other proteins or fortification of food to get rid of this deficiency disease. So this is quality protein maize, which is high in lysine and more tryptophan content is there. Biological value is 80% compared with 40 to 50% of normal maize. So it can be used to make flour, meal, and different weaning food, breakfast cereal, as well as for poultry and other meal. Now coming to nixtamalization, it is a very old process. I will just briefly explain. Whole corn is it is steeped and using calcium hydroxide. Different 0.2 to 2% ratio is being used on the basis of weight of the corn taken. Then water to corn is 3:1 generally, and it is cooked at 70 to 95 degrees centigrade for different time interval. nowadays industry prefers that there should not be this steeping time should be avoided. After that, steep in the liquid, cooking liquid, the liquid part is discarded and it is washed. Whatever corn we are getting, that is called the nixtamalized corn, and wet grinding, we get the masa. And if the kernels are dried, then nixtamalized corn is obtained, and that flour is called dry masa flour. These are the different nixtamalized corn-based product available in the market. Masa, these are the flour, harina, tortillas, tacos, nachos, and other products which are available in market. Now, corn is another important component, although it is having less protein, but its carbohydrates can be modified in such a way by using some enzyme treatment. Otherwise, they are a little unstable. So, they can be converted into novel functional beverage, probiotic corn yogurt, ready to drink beverage, and plant-based dairy alternatives. These are the various steps, and at ICAR-Indian we are routinely making plant-based milk, and this technology is available with us. So by cleaning, blanching, dehulling, grinding, heating, filtration, and then concentration, homogenization, we can get the milk. This is the process. Link has been shown. Now, these are different kind of products which we can obtain from the corn. Variety of products are available in market also, and we have some technologies available at ICAR-Indian. Then coming to nutraceutical. Now, nutraceutical, as the name defines, nutra refers to nutrition. From pharmaceutical, the word ceutical has been any food which can help to for the maintenance of the health of a person can be used. FSSAI defines it as a category of food consisting of concentrated extract, isolate, or chemicals derived from food, but they are not permitted to make medicinal claims. So the corn is rich in different bioactive compound, anthocyanins, and we will be discussing their role also. We all know that corn silk is present in corn. Botanically, it is plant stigma and responsible for catching pollens and developing kernels. But they are nowadays getting attention because they are rich in bioactive compound like flavonoid, phenolics, polysaccharide, carotenoid, and also high in 20% protein is present in these silk components. Now, different part, corn silk, germ, bran, and other, they are rich in bioactive compound like flavonoid, tocopherols, pherolic acid, zinc protein, amino acids, peptide, and lignins, phenolics, and fiber. So this slide similarly shows the phenolic acids, pherolic acid, palmaric and caffeic acid, and other compounds present in different parts of the maize. Now, if we discuss about the business opportunity, starting from the cleaning and grading, drying, storage, these are the primary processing unit operation required for milling of maize, and these can be taken up as an entrepreneur. And then for secondary, we can make flour and grit, and in tertiary, as I have discussed at length, different kind of starches, protein, syrups, and nowadays I have although not touched that part, bioethanol is one of the another area, and bioplastics as which can be obtained from zinc protein can also be made. So there are a lot of opportunity, and any of the category can be chosen by the young entrepreneurs to start their business. Now, this maize nowadays, it is one of the diet it can play a role in diet diversification because majorly we are dependent on wheat and rice. So because of the whatever deficiency was in the maize, while QPM maize have been developed with lysine and tryptophan content, So it can be used to combat malnutrition by making different value-added products like baby corn with the help of other corns. So corn, since it is a gluten-free, so it can be used to make gluten-free and celiac-friendly diets. Different diverse forms of maize are available: kernel, flour, meal, grits. So it finds various application in the food, and it helps to support the development of fortified, functional and convenience food. It can promote food and nutritional security through affordable and value-added maize-based products. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If anyone has a question for ma'am, then you can ask. Or if there is any question, post chat box में. चैट बॉक्स में क्वेश्चन है. अगर किसी का सवाल है तो मैडम से पूछ सकते हैं. एनीथिंग, एनी क्वेश्चंस? If not, then thank you so much, ma'am, for presenting in a nice way, and you have sum up all the different value-added products that can be made from maize. You have presented all the items that we can means value-added, and we can have an entrepreneurship related business opportunities. Also, you have rightly showcased, madam. So thank you so much once again, madam, for a nice presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Roman.
Thank you so much. राजकुमार सर आ गए क्या? राजकुमार बल्ला सर. मनीष. मनीष.
हाँ सर.
वो राजकुमार सर आ गए क्या? बल्ला सर.
ठीक, मैं से वही चेक कर रहा हूँ. मैसेज तो कर दिया उनको. ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं सर, ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं.
साहब हमारे पुराने साथी है।
सर आप ऐसा हो रखे हैं, वर्टिकल हो गए।
भल्ला साहब,
हाँ जी आफ्टरनून। कैसे हैं डॉक्टर साहब? नाइस टू टॉक।
गुड आफ्टरनून। और क्या हालचाल सर?
सब बहुत अच्छे हैं, वेरी नाइस।
बहुत बढ़िया। थैंक यू सो मच सर फॉर एक्सेप्टिंग द रिक्वेस्ट as
Sir,
a
always a pleasure.
grand
Always
old.
a pleasure.
Yeah.
I learn a
So,
lot. I enjoy
yeah.
a lot. So it's
Okay.
wonderful.
Yeah. Sir, will you be sharing your presentation, PowerPoint
Yes.
presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Please do share.
No, I don't have a presentation.
Okay, no issue.
I just was out on the road entire day. I can have a
Okay.
chat. You can have a simple slide on the topic.
Okay. No issue. So, okay, so friends, very good evening to all of you. And today we are having, being fortunate to, here Mr. Raj Ballaji, who is the, holding the food crafters and making very innovative products from maize. And it has a great interest for the bringing taco sales to India, especially. And it's one of the pioneer into it. He had been traveled to various countries, followed for that, and then he have decided to start a business on taco sales and the further many more products. So, as a innovator, as a curious person, as a industry leaders, we respect Balaji and we are in touch with the many years. So friends, Mr. Balla has a business establishment about all other things. How is handling his business about the where from it procuring, what kind of challenges he is facing, and what he want to say about the future prospect of such food processing industries. So Balaji, may I request you now? You can share your views on it so that our participants we have from the state government, central government, and we are having researchers as well as some of the industry personals who are engaged in the maize processing industries as well as the input industries. So it's a very mix of the audience. In that perspective, you may share your views. Please, floor is yours for next 20-30 minutes, as much as time you can take.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Saab. So nice of you. I hope I'm deserving of some of the, praise you have said. But nevertheless, friends, let me share. I have enjoyed spending time with the IIMR and this body and the wonderful people they work there. They're working very hard, and I really have a great deal of respect for them. Now, coming to maize. Maize is really amazing product, and you all are actually lucky to working within in whatever role, whatever capacity. Because I know Latin American people who have been dealing with this for 8,000 years, 10,000 years, and this is a big part of their culture. When they get a maize product properly made as per their choices, as per their procedure, they really have so much reverence, so much respect for it. And now we have a close association, a bonding with maize. And nothing of this plant actually goes to waste. And if goes to waste, we should really reconsider why we are doing things where any of it goes for waste. So we start with the grain. Grain is wonderful. It is something very healthy, very rich in protein. Today, not only human consumption, animal feed, and for poultry is being used for ethanol, is being used for multi starch. It is used for oil, and sky's the limit. And I'll share very briefly my journey. I spent time in North America where we were fond of Mexican food, and it was not available in India. And about 15 odd years ago, we had a plan, or rather, circumstances made us change our work domain. I worked in IT and other areas, and somehow I decided to get into food processing. And when it came to food processing, the bonding of maize product abroad was really something, pulled us into this. And the journey was challenging, it was rewarding, and it was very a great deal of learning. What we do, we make Mexican food products, which we have done a lot of exports also. And over the years, there is a good, healthy Indian market also there. And we make corn tortillas, tacos, nachos. But this is tip of the iceberg. When we look at the plant of maize, right from the skin, or rather the outer shell, or the chilka, whatever we call in India, that has a processing thing. The hair in the cob has certain commercial, health, and other benefits. And the cob, after the grain is taken out, it is something which is whenever there is an oil spill anywhere in the world, in the ocean or water bodies, then we have to take care of that also. And the cob comes handy for that. So basically, this is a product which is, and we need to have much more of corn varieties available in multicolors, from all kind of colors to all kind of varieties. And there are like cornflake is one of the products. And just give me a second, I have an urgent call came in. Joy Suresh se pucho anything urgent, just text me. Okay, sorry about that, sorry about that. Okay, the maize flour itself can be used in multi grains, which can be very healthy mix. We can do very basic processing, very basic steps. If corn flour we mix with some other healthy flours, keto diet to others, it is a very thing. And any product made from there, let it be cookies, let it be some sort of bread, let it be some kind of baking, corn products are very healthy, very rich. And from there, we can go for all sort of baking, we can go for all sort of processing, and a lot of innovative products can be made. And apart from human feed, the food we have discussed, all that is possible. So, Dr. Jot, I know I'm brief, but I've kind of in a nutshell shared what I feel about it. Any particular question anyone has, I'll be very happy to answer.
Okay, thank you, sir. It's a very brief, but friends, I must tell you, you can interact with Balaji about the products what he's making, and and also you can ask from where he's sourcing, how you can integrate in his value chain, or if you want to establish small kind of business also, you can just interact with him. He's very kind enough. I hope the Balaji will share his thoughts on that. So floor is open for discussion. Please ask your question one by one. You can also drop in the chat box. So we'll be having the questions from there also. In chat box, let me check it. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, okay. Palasa, I have just one question.
Yeah.
From where you are sourcing the raw materials, especially corn for your business, because your business is totally for food purpose.
Yeah.
So from
Yeah.
where you are sourcing the raw materials? We got the another question also. First, you can just throw light on this.
See, the raw material we source from all over India. If we go by season, whenever there is a season in a particular belt, we go to the traders there. We check the quality of product, and then we purchase as per our requirement. And one that's a very good point, because it raises rather a point that corn availability in India throughout the year is very challenging, especially if you want a particular variety, particular parameters. That storage is very big problem. If you don't buy in time, after 3 4 months, the quality may go down the line. So we had to develop a cold storage for our in-house use. We see keep it as seed practically. It's in cold storage. We take care of all the pest related issues, all the fungus related issues. We learned a lot. We have actually burned our finger many times. Sometimes we had to just discard so much of material, truckloads, because fungus came, which is very dangerous to human consumption. And our ethics don't allow us, our market doesn't allow, our client give us a lot of respect and value for the product. So we had to discard all the bad quality material, and then we have to learn about storage. So a system where the product can be available in the country on throughout the year, one is not forced to resort to all the storage and all those issues. So yes, thank you, Dr. Saab. We do go to many places. We go to south, we go to east, we go to even west also, and it's still a challenge. So I look forward to interacting with good traders or good vendors, where we can procure good quality throughout the year. Yes, Dr. Sam.
Okay, thank you. We have another question. Please throw some light on making of tacos and running a commercial venture.
See, there's a lot of learning, and the market is very limited. And one has to, the plant and machinery is prohibitively expensive. You get the best machinery from USA, which have 7 zeros after the dollar and all that. So market size is also very limited. In this, what innovative one can do is something one has to learn. But see, the fun and growth is going for newer products. If a product is already in market, then the growth may not be there. But as you know, today my children go for high quality protein. They spend thousand rupees per month on that. So they are exploring those options. Protein extraction and protein, and there's a shortage worldwide of the quality protein. That's the reports getting lately. Look for whatever innovative. Look at what is your core strength. What is the different you can do, and whenever you have to take it as a challenge. It's not something which will happen overnight. If you take it as a long-term 3-year, 5-year project, you may reach somewhere. Entrepreneurship is very attractive, but you are often lonely and you are dealing with challenges. Like I said, we have product challenges. When we had to discard the product, we didn't have even replacement available. So our client had to suffer, our business has to suffer. So look at your core strength, whatever you can do, even if you can mill it properly, quality, put it in a nitrogen packaging, you will get a good value addition. Simplest process, start from one product, then whatever next you can do, I think is like climbing a ladder. Go for the first rung where you are, second rung, third rung, and if you have resources, you can do anything. All those things are also possible.
Yes, thank you. Things are made on this basis only one by one, and you can climb like Balaji today. Just one person want to know about the products or brand which are selling in the market from yours side. So already I know, but just for the benefit of the people here, what are the
See,
products?
our brand name is Azteco. The Aztec is like Mexican ancient culture. There was a place and a culture, but our product is not for retail. There are many issues like breakage and the climate control and all that. So we are forced to stay out of retail. Actually, Amazon was with me after me for a long time. But every taco shell packet, when you open 3, 4 tacos, can be broken. So we thought it's a bad business. Giving bad product to consumer who has paid money, so we have not gone for the taco shells. We are going very limited, very high volume clients only, and there are very few of them. Exports we have done. Export potential is big, but then export we have to compete with global markets also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So for so nice enriching experience in very nutshell, because as business, very specialized business, very specialized things. Thank you very much for joining
I,
us today's evening.
I,
And
yeah,
yeah, and we always, whenever we ask you, you are there
that's
for making the
definitely.
main things possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, we value you as a a very good image entrepreneur. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
sparing your
I
time today.
appreciate the valuable time of the esteemed panel and definitely Dr. Shankar Jat. I really appreciate your time and look forward to interacting with you more often.
Okay. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Nice of
much.
you. Thank you. Yes. Bye.
Uh, Dr. Roman. Roman,
Yes, sir.
do we have talk of Dr. Chikappa today or we'll be having tomorrow only?
Tomorrow, sir. Tomorrow we can fix.
Okay, so I hope everybody of you have filled the form. Okay, and we look forward to have your insightful things, especially for your valuable feedbacks. So we'll just request who can share your feedback for tomorrow's program in brief 1 or 2 minutes. So you can just mention your name in the chat box. So what we'll do, we'll pick up, on priority, 4 or 5 people or whatever time permits. So we'll be listing like 1 to 5. You can share your feedbacks in front of our director sir or also our dignitaries are coming, right? So it will be include both positive as well as negative things. There is no issue, but just we want to know there is representation from each corner or from people we joined the training that we will be keeping in the mind. We will be also going for gender representation. These are the only two things which we are going to consider. The third thing will be on the based on the whatever background from where you are coming, whether from state government or from researcher organization or the state or central government. So we want to make a as a wholesome product for making your valuable feedback. So tomorrow expect the very long sessions We may start from 4:30. Please try to be there, and then we'll be trying to start. 4:30 maybe. We're just planning and just putting in the group well in time. Maybe by 12, 11 tomorrow. Okay. So thank you so much for being with us for 20 days, a long time. And we look forward to have your insightful feedbacks and everything. Though we have collected, we'll be presenting it. Nevertheless, expressing in the words always be helpful. Okay, so we expect your valuable feedback. So just you can name yourself in the chat box who is going to willing to have give their feedback. We didn't got any name. We are getting only thank you, sir. We don't want that much thank you. We are very grateful that you are just thanking us. But still, we require your name who can speak on behalf of participants about the your 21 days journey. What to say? Okay, then we'll be selecting and then okay. Okay, we got I am Sumaya from okay, I'm just copying this and putting over there. Team, just copy the name and just put the name somewhere so that we can go for making this feedback available. Okay, one name we got. What about next? Thank you, Sumaya ji. Definitely we will be having yours because you are the first one who came forward. Okay. So
Thank you
this
so
will
much,
be
sir.
yeah, definitely this will
Thank
be
you so
first.
much for
Yeah,
giving this
tomorrow, this
opportunity
feedback,
tomorrow for me.
yeah, this feedback we'll be having tomorrow, sir. Aruna Venkatesh from Conrad is a lead Kotava Agri Science. Okay, good. Thank you. S. Venkatesh. S. Venkatesh. You wrote? Anybody from government organization side? Though private, we have no issue, but just we want to have the maximum representation. For that purpose only we are asking. But anyway, if nobody comes, we will be having everyone from the our private sector partners. There is no issue. Okay, then Virender Singh Ji Chauhan, yes, he is quite interactive, sir. We will be very happy to listen you during our valedictory section also. At least we could able to fulfill the quorum, but we want more. Mayank Goyal, PhD research scholar, MPT Udaipur. Mayank Goyal. Jay Kemparaju, Jayanna Kemparaju, from Bayer Crop Science. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Mayank. At least being a PhD research scholar, you come forward. Okay, please be present tomorrow. Okay. It's not for, I'm just not telling that we will not be able to present, but definitely we want to listen from our young research scholars. Okay, so we can close the meeting. You can put your name in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So we'll be meeting our program and we'll be putting the name. You can convey by your personal WhatsApp chat also to us. Thank you so much. We are closing this meeting now.